Hey, good morning. Hey, Tyra, how are you? Robert, Myrnie, how are you? Hey, Mary, long time no see. I need to see your face. I haven't seen you in a long time. Hope that you're doing good. Like, it's been a long time, like too long, right? But good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's day is off to a fantastic start. I know I've been MIA for a couple of days, but it's called life. But I'm back. So good morning to everybody. I'm going to come on and give you a few words of encouragement for the day from the Chronicles of Cree. I got a couple of things going here. I'm trying to see this screen and that screen. There we go. Play this weekend in Clarksville. Oh, it's in Clarksville this weekend. Yeah, I'm sure you are grinding hard. That's all right, Rue, to get in there and kill it dead, girl. Just kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. But anyway, I want to come on and give everybody a few words of encouragement. Good morning, Miss Danielle Roberts. Is this your first time joining? I remember seeing your name. But good morning. Thanks for joining. To give you a few words of encouragement today from the Chronicles of Cree. And so our thought for today is reflection without limitations. And I'm thinking about reflection without limitations because last week was really trying week for our family. We lost several family members in 1 week. And it was a heavy week. And so it was a moment to really do some reflecting. And I thought about, how when people pass away, we start to think about, especially when they're young. One of my cousins is 29 years old, young. And you start to think about, what is the meaning of life? What is your life's purpose? What is the meaning of life? And so I was thinking about reflections. What if we reflected on our lives without limitations? What if we took the time to really do some deep self-reflection and think about the things that we've accomplished, the things that we want to accomplish, and we did it without limitations? We say, well, I can't go travel the world because I don't have the money. That's a limitation. Well, I don't have a passport, so I can't go. That's a limitation. I don't have anybody to travel with. That could be a limitation. We have limitations with our diet. We have limitations with work. You have to be there at a certain time. There are certain things that you have to do. But when it comes to your dreams and your goals and what your main purpose is for living your life, have you ever taken the time to really do some self-reflection and think about, what's my purpose for living? Like, why am I here? Why was I born? Why was I born? And I don't know if you have or not, but think about that for a second. Like, why are you here? Is it just to go to work every day so that you can help, work on the projects that need to be done at work? Is it to help those people achieve their goals and dreams while yours go unfulfilled? Why are you here? Is it to be a humanitarian and help those in need? Is it to be a philanthropist and just be about people? I don't know what your life's purpose is, but I want you to take some time to really think about that, because life is short. That's it. Life is short. You don't have an abundance of time when it comes to living. Hey, Roger, how are you? You don't have an abundance of time. And so when you think about your life and, we're talking about self-reflections without limitations on our lives. So if you're reflecting on your life, are you taking notes on some things that you've done, you feel like you've done right? And then look at the things that you've done wrong and you weigh it out. It's heavy when you have all these obstacles and challenges at one time, but it's also heavier to be living unfulfilled. And I know that's right. It's heavy to live unfulfilled. It's heavy to live your life based on seeking validation from others. It's difficult because you want to. Have you ever met people who just can't seem to pull it together because they just want to make everybody else happy? I know people like that. And I feel bad for them because I be wanting them to cuss people out. And you're not supposed to do that because that's wrong. But I just want to say so bad, you know what? Bump what they say. It's okay. Just go be you. And I'm just really thinking about that because people are really hurting. There are families that are going through. People are just really having a hard time. And we can make the difference by being kind to others. We can make the difference by offering an encouraging word. So as you look at yourself and you do some self-reflecting and you start thinking about the limitations, why is it that, you know, some people have dreams and goals, but they don't pursue them? Think about that. Why is it that some people have all these dreams, all these goals, but they never chase them? They'll chase the hypnotic bottle. They'll chase that crown royal. They'll chase all that royal crown royal. I'll get it mixed up. One is the hair grease. I'm not talking about the hair grease. I'm talking about the drink. People will chase that to no end. They'll chase that. But what about pursuing your dreams, your goals, your aspirations? What are they? How is it that we're able to chase and pursue all these other things, but we don't always chase and pursue that? Sometimes it feels like we have all these negative things that happen in our lives that cause us to be jolted into this sense of reality, and we're like, okay, I need to be focused on this right now. But had that not happened, where would you be? Good morning, Susan. Where would you be? Susan, I'm talking about reflection, self-reflection, and no limitations. And so why don't we do that? Why don't we chase it? Why don't we chase those dreams and goals down without limitations? I don't know why. Apple Crown. Thank you, Crown. Yeah, I ain't gonna mess with you with it. But I think about that sometimes because I think that a lot of times we are faced with obstacles that seem to be real difficult to overcome. And I'm just being real. Sometimes they are. They're difficult to overcome. And sometimes we just don't see the way. We don't know how. But I think a lot of times we don't pursue our dreams and our goals because we haven't really reflected on our lives and what our purpose is. We don't really know why we're here. And you have to know why you're here. Otherwise, you'll just live vicariously through other people. That's not what we want. Have you ever seen the cheerleader mom who's fat and you know, their daughters are cheerleaders and you just live your life through them because you could never be a cheerleader? That happens. Some people are like that. And I'm not throwing shade at anybody who's fat and their daughter's a cheerleader. I'm just saying. Good morning, Joshua. So when you take some time to self-reflect, why are you doing the things that you're doing? Why are you doing the things that you do? We don't need to be in a position to where we have all these horrible things happen to us and then we're forced to have to do some self-reflection. But just think about if there were no limits. A lot of times we don't pursue our goals and dreams because we can't see ourselves doing it. That's one. And subconsciously we think, I ain't gonna be able to do that. I don't see how I'll be able to do it. Marion, you're doing plays. You're everywhere. But if you said, I don't think I can write a screenplay. I don't think I can do this. You wouldn't do it. But because you sat down and you penned the play, now you all over the place doing it because you saw yourself doing it. And a lot of times we just don't see ourselves doing it. Good morning, Antonia. A lot of times we don't see ourselves doing it. So we can't afford to have those kind of opportunities because we don't have an abundance of time with our lives. No one wants to die unfulfilled. Nobody wants to die unfulfilled. And yet and still, a lot of times people do. And I thought about that. I said, you know, self-reflection is good for me because I like to see where there's progress. I like to know, you know, the areas of concern for my life so that I can improve. When it's the Israeli, I like to know the areas of improvement for me. And so as you take some time today to self-reflect, take some notes on what it is you need to do so that you're better. Ain't nothing worse than self-doubt. Like real talk. Thank you for the hearts. Love them. Ain't nothing worse than self-doubt. That's the truth. Self-doubt coupled with fear. There's a man, Dr. Smiley Blanton, and he said that fear is the most subtle and destructive of all human diseases. It's more destructive and more subtle than human diseases. And it's fear because it paralyzes us and it keeps us from moving forward. We're just scared to death. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Me, I know when my money starts to get low, I'm like, okay, sure. What do I need to do next? I need an income producing activity right now. That's my thought. That's how I'm thinking. I know I'm not the only one. Y'all know how we go to Chase and we check the account balance, so we pull out our phone and pull up the app, and then you go to Walmart and you see all this stuff on sale. See, I see a basket that says 50% off, and I'm like, oh Lord, here I go. I'm like, okay, well, what can I overspend a little bit today? Yeah, I'm checking it. We've all been there. We're fearful of going over. We're fearful of not having enough. We're fearful of not being good enough. We're fearful of not being accepted. We're fearful of, our spouse is not loving us right. We're fearful of our kids acting a fool. We're fearful of losing our jobs. We're fearful of 45. We're fearful of, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. But that fear is what keeps us down. And sometimes fear keeps us from self-reflection because we're afraid of who we really are. See, I know my mouth is fly. I know that. So that's an area of improvement for me. I know I'm not by myself. I am not. But I know my areas of weakness. And I know that I'm the only one who can fix that. So as I take some time today to self-reflect, I'm going to be thinking about, you know what? These are some areas I need to do better in. But take the limits off. Take the limits off. Have you ever seen people who work for companies and they say, hey, we're going to be downsizing. Once we downsize, we're going to be giving everybody, I'm going to throw a number out there. We're going to give everybody, $400,000 and you can just walk away. But if you don't take the $400,000, then you'll stay here at this job and keep working, but you might be one of the people who just only walks away with, this little severance package, but we can give you a lump sum so you have an option. Do you know how many people would say, no, thank you, I won't take that 400, I'll stay here? It's because the fear of the unknown. It's the fear of having to go out and find another job, especially if you're up in age. It's the fear of not knowing what's on the other side of the door. And then you got people like me that would just say, give me the 400, I'm going to go take my chances. Yeah, that's why I can do that. I've done things like that before. Well, let me go try this, and if it doesn't work, I can go do that. I can try this if it doesn't do that. But see, that's where, the example of the Moors come in. When they came up here on the ships, they burned the damn ships once they got to land. They burned the ships because that meant they couldn't cross back over the ocean to go back to what they had. They burnt the damn ships. That's what we have to do, myself included. You got to burn the ship. And there's no going back. Going back to what? What are you going back to? What are you going back to? Good morning, Michelle. Sean, what are you going back to? Think about it. You're in a boat traveling across the ocean. And in order to get to your destination, a lot of times you have to lose sight of the shore. So if you're traveling in this boat, talking about the Moors, and you get to your destination and you hop off the boat, everybody's off, all your materials and everything's off, and you burn the boats, see, there's no going back. I mean, that's it. And sometimes that's how we have to be. Antonio says, one of my posted notes on my board says, face your fears. It has helped me to refocus. You do. You have to. Hashtag burn the boat. Yeah. Because look, nobody's going to do it for you. I just believe that life is worth living. And when it comes to my life, I'll take some chances and I'll try some things. And if they don't work, okay, I'll go back and do something else. But one thing I'm not going to do is be that person who says, I really wish I had tried this. I really wish I had done that. That won't be me on my deathbed. For those of you that are just joining, I'm talking about self-reflection with no limits. No limitations on self-reflection, and how a lot of times, Sean, we don't want to do self-reflection or engage in the process of self-reflection because it makes us see us for who we really are. And sometimes that's too hard for people. Sometimes we don't want people to think that we're that bad a judge of character. Oh, okay. So you made a mistake, and that's the price you pay. That's just the penalty for learning. They're growing pains. And so a lot of times people don't want to do self-reflection because you have to say, I need to stop cussing. I need to go, I need to exercise more. I need to quit over damn eating. I need to stop gaining all this weight. Okay, the dress doesn't fit. Let's be realistic. The dress didn't shrink. You got bigger. Call it what it is. Self-reflection with no limitations. That's what that is. Okay, I can't make hasty decisions. All right, I can't just blow up on her because I want to. You feel like that a lot of times, but that's why we don't want to self-reflect. Good morning, Tracy and Ralph. Right? We don't want to look at ourselves because it forces us to see us for who we really are. People will tell us stuff. You ever had that friend that said, "Girl, you are really doing the most." I have friends like that. I have a friend right now that if she calls me too many times and I don't answer, she shows up at the workplace. Hey, how are you? I just need to put my eyes on you. She'll do it. Not that many people can just show up at my house uninvited. she can do that. Because she's one of the ones to say, you know what, Cree, I really think that it's really wasn't the best decision, but I know you're going to do your own thing, but this is what I really think. So we have got to be in a position to where we're able to self-reflect without limitations. Think about that. Tonight before you go to bed, I want to challenge you to do some self-reflection without limitations. What are some things you need to work on? What are some things, that you're good at? What are you strong at? But don't let fear, because it's subtle and it's destructive, don't let that keep you from moving forward. See, all excuses, my papa said, were nailed to the cross. Get your ass up and go to work. The end of story. That's what we have to do. I don't exclude myself. When I get up and I do a live, it's for me. Today, this one is for Cree. It's for Cree. If I'm helping somebody else along the way, you can give me a thumbs up. But this is for me today, because we have to be able to do some self-reflection without limitations so that we can move forward. We can't afford to, I read something. Where was it? I read something that said that the most heart attacks occur on Monday mornings between 8 and 10 a.m. because people are working damn jobs they don't like. They're spending 8 hours unfulfilled on a job that they don't like, and they do it day in and day out. Some people have professions to where they, on a Sunday morning, they wake up and they go, oh my God, tomorrow's Monday. I got to do it all over again. I've said that before. But people work these jobs. And they don't leave because it's comfortable. I'm gonna retire, and when I retire, I'm gonna get $2,000 a month. What can I do with $2,000 a month? Can somebody please tell me? Maybe you know. Can you put it in the comments? What can I do with $2,000 a month? You couldn't even live off the whole check while you were working, and it wasn't a whole check because they took a whole lot of stuff out. Look at your check stubs. Go to Human Capital Management, click on Human Resources, pull up self-service, and read and see what they took out. And now you're at retirement. Your ass can't afford to leave the city. $2,000 a month. That mirror don't lie. Take a chance. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. I know people who live on less, but they're able to stretch it and make it work. But we live in one of the most advanced countries on the planet, yet and still we have hungry people. We live in one of the most developed countries on the planet, and we have communities with no running water. We live in one of the most advanced countries on the planet, and we still have people who are homeless. It's puzzling to me, but that is the truth. I heard Coach D talking about it this morning. Good morning, Colette. And the thing that I still say is, if you want to change something, you can change it, but you have to be willing. See, a lot of times we don't want to look at ourselves because we made mistakes before that we're not proud of. And sometimes we allow those mistakes to weigh so heavy until we use that to gauge our future. Can't do that. Because we're not the only ones and won't be the last ones. We're not the first ones to make mistakes like that. We're not. Joshua says, face everything and rise. I know that's right. I like that. Face everything and rise. Marion says, you can be a greeter at Walmart while you wait for your check in the mail. Girl, you don't know. I got a friend that greet me all the time. I said, do they ever let you go home, sir? I almost said his name. Do they ever let you go home? Tell that damn manager I said you need a break. You need at least 2 days off in a row. Welcome to Walmart. Hey, welcome to Walmart. Nothing's wrong with that. But guess what? That is some people's story. They retire and then they need to go back to work again because they soon discover I really can't live off their retirement. Make those plans now. Yeah, and we do, Robert. We're allowed to dictate our lives. Joshua says willingness is key. God helps those that help themselves. He sure does, and he'll make a way. He's a way maker. That's what my mother-in-law says. And the thing is, y'all, is that nobody wants to be hard on themselves because it doesn't feel good. But there comes a point in time where we really need the self-reflection. And a lot of times we only take opportunities that are drastic, such as deaths in your family, the loss of a loved one, the loss of a close friend, the loss of a close co-worker. Something horrific happens and it prompts you to do some self-reflection. But how many people just sit down and do some self-reflection because you know that's what you need to do for yourself? There's a lot of stuff that I want to do, and sometimes I feel like, working for other people prevents me from doing it. Have you ever felt like, if I just had a week off, if I can just take 1 week off, I could do this and this and this and this and this and this, and this will be the catapult into the next phase of my business? Have you ever felt like that before? And then you'll get a week off, and you will Netflix and binge. You'll Netflix and just binge. Just episode after episode after episode of 7 seconds. It happens. So we need to take the time to do some self-reflection and do it without limitations, because we have so much to do, and we can't allow all these extra distractions to keep us from it and allow us to not take the time to just self-reflect on who we are and what our purpose is. I don't know what your purpose is for living. I don't know. People say a lot of times, how can I figure out my purpose? How can I figure out my purpose? I mean, I think one way to look at it is to look at it from the standpoint of, what drives you? What makes you get up in the morning? What's keeping you up at night? What is it that puts running in your feet when you think about it? What is something that you could do well, even if you didn't get paid for it? But you'll get paid for it because your gifts make room for you. But what is that something? That's one way to look at it, because again, I can only speak for myself, but all I know is that we can't allow fear to come in and keep us from, moving forward. Face everything and rise. I hadn't heard that one, Joshua. I love that slogan for that acronym. Fear. It's like face everything and rise. You just do it. You just do it, and you have to face it. I've never done a 12-step program for anything, but they tell me that the first thing is to admit that you have a problem. Some of us need 12 steps. I'm a chronic procrastinator, and I don't ever get shit done. Hi, my name is Cree. I'm a chronic procrastinator, and I don't get shit. How does that sound when you say it? Make you feel like, dang, okay, I need to go bury my head in the sand somewhere, but I'm just saying. We have to be honest with ourselves like that. We have to be honest with ourselves so that we can move forward and we can help somebody else. We have to. It's a must. And so we were supposed to go feed the homeless last weekend, but again, it was life happened last week, and so we didn't get a chance to go, so I am going to postpone it. But I had people so ready. I had one lady say, hey, I got this, and where can I meet you? I was like, hey, hold on. So thank you for wanting to help others. Thank you for helping me help other people. And it means a lot, because again, we live in one of the most developed countries on the planet, yet and still we have hungry people that just don't get it. I don't, but that's okay. One day I will. Joshua says, if you know who you're dealing with, you know how to deal with them. Yes, yeah. If you know who you're dealing with, you do know how to deal with them. Know thyself, heal thyself. To thy own self, be true. That's what that reminded me of. That's true. So anyway, as you go throughout the day, I just want to encourage you to do some self-reflection. It is going to happen, Antonia. Yes, it's going to be awesome because I said so. I just declare and decree it. I am ready, and I am so excited. But we live close together, so we are going to have to get together. We live too close together. And I just want to say thank you to all those that are always on the live. Thank you to those who helping other people every day. Hope. Yes. We need those on T-shirts, Joshua. You know what, Josh? That's another stream of income for you. You're creative with your T-shirts and stuff, so you should consider jotting down those slogans and putting them on T-shirts and going online with that. I like that a lot. Helping other people every day. People are going through a lot, and you never really know because it's their own private battle, their own private journey, but we all have them. And people just might not be talking about it. Love you too, Antonia. I can't wait to really meet you and sit down and we talk over some coffee. But People need words of encouragement. It's not always about the money. We need money to help us fund projects, but people sometimes just need an encouraging word. And so if that's what you can give, do that. Quick story. I went to the store Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Went to the grocery store. Got in the grocery store and I was trying to pay for my food. So I was standing in line and this little old lady was there, maybe in her 70s. And everything's electronic now. And so she had a little card out and she was trying to swipe. But she didn't have enough money on her card to get her food. But she didn't know it. She just kept trying to swipe. And the young girl was trying to tell her what was going on, but they were talking amongst themselves in Spanish. And the old lady could not understand what the girl was saying. Her accent was kind of heavy. And so the lady was waiting on the girl to put the food in the bag so she could walk off. Well, the girl was talking to the other people who were asking her what was taking so long in the line instead of trying to explain to the lady, you just don't have enough on your card right now. So everybody's looking. And I started saying, Lord, please don't let nobody be mean to her. And I have to set this whole store on fire. Lord, please don't let nobody be mean to this old lady. And I have to turn all these shelves over. I'm going to have candy bars going everywhere. I had already planned it out. I was going to tear up the whole store. So the lady said, ma'am, let me do it for you. So she did it one more time, and the card didn't go through. So I walked over and I said, sir, can you please excuse me? So he moved out of the way. And I said, man, what is she trying to do? What does she need? She said, well, she got all this food. I said, no, don't do it like that. Bring it down. What does she need? Well, she's trying to swipe her card, and I'm trying to tell her it's not enough on the card. I said, well, did you say it's not enough on the card? So she said, well, I told her it's not working. I said, well, you have to tell her that it's not enough on the card. She's older, so tell her it's not enough on the card. So as we were holding up the line, I said, you know what? Let me take care of this. Cancel that transaction and just swipe and give her stuff. So the lady starts talking in Spanish. I don't know who she thinks she is. I don't know why she thinks she can come in here and she can help this lady. And I ate her ass up. And I told her, you ain't but 17 years old. Look like you're 17. You really look 12. You probably are 12 and they allowed you to work in this store. But don't ever assume that people who stand behind this register who look like me, that could be my grandmother, don't understand what you're saying. Now give her damn bags. Go over there and get that man and tell him she needs help escorted out this store with her stuff. I'll wait. I held the whole line. But I did tell the people they might want to go somewhere else because I was going to be a minute. But I was able to help her. The woman looked at me and said, baby, is you going to do that for me? I said, yes, ma'am. God always has a ram in the bush. She said, just be blessed, child. She said, you know, the earth is the Lord. I said, woo, and the fullness thereof. I said, don't make us have church in here because I'll let you talk in English and then I'll translate it in Spanish and we'll shout right in here in the store. God always makes a way for his people. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, he always got somebody that's got your back. That's who he is. He is awesome like that. She got her stuff and went home. So the people have a nice time. I'll see you next week. I'll be back. It's time out for all that foolishness. It's time out for you, your 4 no more. And you have to be willing to help other people. And that's the only way we're going to rise and do better. I love when I get opportunities to do stuff like that. That's why I'll be blessed with what I need. I want to encourage you today to go out. Help other people daily. Thank you, Joshua. Bilingual power. You don't know a portion. I ate their lunch. Girl, you know when I walk in there next time, they're going to be, hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo le va todo? Yes, that's how they're going to greet me next time. It won't be like that. But I'm going to go in there with my hat on and the pointed toe boots that they be wearing. I'm going to walk in there and get my stuff next time. Anyway, I have to go. I want you to be able to get on with your day. But listen, sharpen your skills. Sharpen your skills. Sharpen your skills. Increase the power and increase your time of self-reflection so that you're able to move forward in what it is that you're doing. Be honest to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. And you'll be able to see a difference. So that's what I encourage you to do today, is to do some self-reflection with no limitations and see what areas of concern pop up. We all have them. I wish you well on the journey. I want to see everybody at the top because the bottom is too crowded. People are jockeying for position, and I don't have time for that. People want to be on top, but they're not willing to do what it takes to be on top. So they're stuck at the bottom. I want to see everybody at the top because the bottom is too crowded. That's what 3% of the people are. That's what we need to be. That's what we need to be. That's what we need to be. So we're not going to let fear keep us from it. And we're not going to allow fear to keep us from doing self-reflection today, all right? So I want everybody to still talking. God bless you. Hey, Colette, God bless you too. I know it's Brownie's birthday, and I said happy birthday to him. That's my pumpkin. He just grew up and got grown like really fast. So I was like, wow, look at Brownie. He's like a whole man with a full, beautiful beard with his little chocolate self. Yes. Anyway, 21-day restart. Yeah, Portia, we do need to get together with that. I am going to do the 21 days again. So if anybody wants to do the 21-day challenge of I can't hang with you, and it's 21 days of no hostility, no anger, no negativity, and no gossip. For 21 days, let me know. Portia and I are going to start it. Marion says self-reflections will change your perspective. Yes, they will. It will change your perspective. And so anybody else is interested in the 21-day I can't hang with you challenge, let me know. We're going to be incorporating the 4 laws of spiritual prosperity. That's what goes with it. And so I'm excited to be doing that again. Portia, we'll get a start day. I know today is Tuesday. So maybe we can get on live. Not live. We can talk tonight, video chat, or do something, and we'll get us a start day. 21 day again. When? Soon, Joshua, soon. So we're getting ready to do it again. Thank you. Yes, Khaled. Oh, and he has like a whole job, a real job at the post office. Lord have mercy, I just feel old. But anyway, y'all go and have a great day. It is Tuesday. Make the day count. You're up now. Make the day count. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye.